All right, here we go for lesson 12 today in module 5. Your target is I will be able to find areas of rectangles by using a ruler to measure and record the lengths of the sides of a rectangle. So, if you do have a ruler at home, I would love for you to get it. If you do not, in your templates packet that we had for you, the very last page, you should have a ruler and a protractor on that page. So you can use that ruler and protractor. You can cut out that ruler and use that ruler. Make sure you keep it because you might need it for other lessons. So you can use that ruler today. So again, it's in your math packet that we sent you. There were about 4 to 5 templates stapled to one another, and it's on the last page. You're also going to need your problem set today. You will need your problem set. We're going to be working in the problem set for lesson 12. So, again, your target for today is I will be able to find the areas of rectangles by using a ruler to measure and record the lengths of the sides of a rectangle. So if you want to do some fluency practice, you can. Make sure you pause the video and write down these fluency practice problems. Quickly, we can do this volume of a prism. Okay, we have the length of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we have a width of 2 and a height of 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5 times 2 is 10, times 4 is 40. So the volume of that prism is 40. I'm going to turn my screen here. 40 units cubed. There we go. Don't forget that label there, huh? Okay. Next volume of this prism, we have a length of 4, a width of 3, and a height of 2. 4 times 3 is 12, times 2 is 24. So this is 24 units cubed. This prism, we have a length of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, a width of 3, 7 times 3 is 21, and a height of 2. 21 times 2 is 42 units cubed. Nice job. Okay, we did our application problem. And here's our concept development today. So, what information do we need to find the area of rectangles? Remember, what is the formula? Area is length times width. Good, I know I heard it. So how can we use a ruler to find information that we need? Yep, we're going to measure sides using a ruler, so in inches, right? So go ahead and open up your problem set. We are on lesson 12 today. And the first problem in your problem set, we are on 1A. So today we are going to use a ruler to help us find the area. We are measuring the lengths we're measuring those side lengths, right? So we don't have units anymore like we just did here. You know how we had those cubic units? We don't have those anymore when we're just measuring a square or a rectangle. So we're just going to measure the side lengths. So what are the what are the lengths of the sides of the first rectangle? Okay, the first rectangle we have about, okay, our rulers might not be the same, but we have about 2 inches by 2.5 inches. 2 inches by 2.5 inches. So I break up, remember, we break apart the 2 and then the 1/2. 2 plus 1/2 inches. And so to find the area, you guys know, okay, we find the area of this box plus the area of this rectangle. So 2 times 2 is 4 inches squared. And 1/2 times 2 is 1 inch squared. So 4 plus 1 is the total area is 5 inches squared. And I'm actually going to, I think I have the problem sets, yeah, here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on the problem set with you. Lesson 12, here we go. Okay, so the one that we just did was 2 by 2.5. 4 inches squared by 1 inch, or 4 inches squared plus 1 inch squared, which gave us 5 inches squared. And so now what we're going to do is find the area of the rest of the rectangles today. So the next rectangle, 1B. If you measure the next rectangle with your ruler, you're going, an actual ruler, the one that you have might be off a tiny, tiny bit because it is a printed ruler. So this, I'm going to give you the dimensions of this square, and then I want you to find the area. So the top is 1 3/4, and the side is 1 3/4. If you notice, it's a perfect square, so it's going to have the same side lengths. So the side lengths are 1 3/4. So what I want you to do is I want you to pause the video, and I want you to calculate the area of this square. What is the area of this square? And remember, you're going to have the area of 4 different parts added together. Green, orange, pink, and blue. Okay, so go ahead and pause the video and calculate the area. All right, I'm going to zoom in on this one here so I can write a little bit bigger. So we have 1 times 1, which is 1 inch squared. That doesn't look very good. 1 inch squared. 3/4 times 1 is 3/4 inches squared. Okay, now I have the pink is 3/4 times 1, which is 3/4 inches squared. And then I have 3/4 times 3/4, which is 9/16 inches squared. So now I have to add all of these together. I have 1, plus 3/4 is 6. Well, you can add 3/4 plus 3/4, right? Or you can just turn them all into sixteenths because 4 goes into 16 and they don't all have the same common denominator. So we have 1 plus, to turn them into sixteenths, 4 has to be multiplied, the denominator is multiplied by 4, so the numerator has to be multiplied by 4. So this is 12 sixteenths plus 12 sixteenths plus 9 sixteenths. So when you add all those together, we have 1 plus 33 sixteenths, and 16 goes into 33 2 times, with 1/16 left over, 2 plus 1. So we have 3 and 1/16 is the area, but we have to label 3 and 1/16 inches squared. Do not forget to label. All right. Next, we have C and D. So I am going to give you the measurements of C and D for those of you who don't have an accurate ruler. So we have, this is 2 plus 3/4, so 2 3/4, and 2 inches. And this one is 2 1/4 and 3 1/4. So I want you to calculate the area of these two squares by yourself. You can go ahead and pause the video to calculate this area by yourself. 2 times 2 is 4 inches squared. 2 times 3/4 is 1 1/2 inches squared. So this we have a total of 5 1/2 inches squared. 2 times 3 is 6 inches squared. 3/4 inches squared. This is 1/2, because it's 1/4 plus 1/4, which is 2/4, which is 1/2 inches squared, or 1/4 times 2. And then the last one, 1/4 times 1/4 is 1/16 inches squared. So 6 plus 3/4 plus 1/2 plus 1/16. We turn them all into sixteenths. we have 6 area equals 6 plus 3/4 is 12/16. 1/2 is 8/16. And then plus 1/16. And we get a grand total of 6, 12 plus 8, 21/16, which gives us 7 and 5/16. And don't forget to label inches squared. 7 and 5/16 inches squared. All right, so debriefing today, okay, looking back at the area model we did, okay, in 1B, this is 1B. This is our area model. How many squares were there? Good, 4, yeah, because when each dimension, so we had 1 and 3/4 and 1 and 3/4, if both side lengths have a fraction, how many squares are you going to have? Or a whole number and a fraction. You're going to have 4 squares because then you have 4 numbers. You have 1 3/4, 1 and 3/4, right? If you look at C, you only have 2 squares because you only have 1 fraction. You have 2 3/4 and you have 2. You will be doing your exit ticket today, and you can use that paper ruler or a ruler that you might have at home to measure to the nearest quarter inch. Good luck today, everyone.